Right, it's Saturday morning and we've had a bit of a lay-in. I did wake up at 5:20, totally confused, thought it was just a normal weekday and thinking that the alarm was going off until hubby told me to go back to sleep. It was Saturday. Then I woke myself up again thinking I hadn't heard my son's alarm. This is the trouble when we're swapping backwards and forwards between the caravan and home. Sometimes, you know, it takes a few seconds or something to sort of you know, get back into what's happening and sleeping in different beds. It probably will be more confusing next weekend. After this weekend we go home for 5 days, and then, well, do you count it 4 or 5, darling? 5, and then we may be coming back next Friday as well. So as I said, with alarms going off sometimes 6 to 7 days a week, I think we have built-in clocks, or I do anyway. So I was astounded this morning, and then it took me a few seconds, as I said, to realise it was Saturday. And yeah, our son's back at home, and yes, he's working, but by that time, obviously, in my brain, I hadn't heard his alarm going off. But anyway, that's enough waffling. Right, today we're going to put the slow cooker on that we bought a fortnight ago from Asda. So that'll be cooking through the day, and we'll have that for tea stroke supper. I do apologise if the video wasn't that interesting yesterday, but with obviously coming, setting up, it doesn't take us that long. We were both very tired, I must admit. We just wanted to chill out, not do too much filming. As I said, we just did an intro of us on our travels, coming to the farm, and when we got here. As I said, a lot of it you can look back on different videos anyway. May try and get some cleaning done today. We may be going to the Phoenix Retail Park. We was going to go into the Corby Town Centre, but I said to hubby, let's leave that. Dare I say, not in the mood to go into the town centre. We may do that next weekend if we come to Corby. So we need to get on with putting the slow cooker on, and hopefully you'll follow us on our day. Right, so here's the slow cooker. It is actually the original slow cooker, the crock pot. This is a lot smaller than the one we've got at home. We have actually got a Dulux slow cooker at home, and we use it so much. So we bought this a fortnight ago, didn't we, from Asda. So hubby's just taken it out the box. I bought all the ingredients with us, which I'll show you in a moment. This is something, especially this time of year, we thought this would be a good idea in our caravan, and we do use it a lot, as I say, at home. In fact, I use ours all year round, unless it's really hot weather. But as I said, especially this time of year, we thought it would be ideal in the caravan. So here it is. What was it? Was it something like £17.49 or something, wasn't it? Something like that. It was on sale. So this is the slow cooker here. And there we are. It is, do we know how many litres this is?
3.5.
3.5. As I said, ours is a lot bigger at home. So this might be a little bit of trial and error, because what we're going to have to do is, I bought the ingredients, but I've reduced the amount that I've bought, because obviously it being a smaller slow cooker. So look, shocker.
Yeah, no pictures.
Yeah, but you've got the instruction manual.
No, it's different menus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Is it
pulled chicken.
Is it the instruction manual as well?
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at the instructions, darling.
No. Creamed chicken with mushroom. Quick and easy spicy ribs. Ooh.
So as I said, this might be a good option in the caravan, and the reason why we actually were going along looking at all of them a fortnight ago, because it was on our list, was the weight. This one's quite
the wattage.
Yeah, and the weight, darling, because you keep mentioning about the weight, don't you, of items?
But it's only 180 to 200 watts.
So that's going to be brilliant. And obviously a lot of them were quite heavy as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
So we're just going to give this a wipe over before we actually start using it. and then we'll show you what we are going to put in our slow cooker. And look at this. Oh, it is peeking through now and again.
Oh, no, you said it's going to go in again.
Yes, son, I have got my morning coffee here. Got my mum's mug. Probably's got his father's mug somewhere around the caravan.
I drunk it.
We like to be very snug in our caravan. It's like our second home away from home, and we just like to sort of make things as easy as possible. And yeah, it's brightening up a little bit. It's very grey over there, so we probably could be in for more rain.
Depends which way the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been the rain that we had last night.
So yeah. So let's get on and get our slow cooker on. Okay, so all I'm using to do my crock pot today is 2 potatoes. As I say, I normally would increase this recipe, but this pot is smaller than the one at home, so I'm guessing. I did bring, I say, just to make everything as easy as possible, I've got the gravy granules, bought the diced beef. It was originally fresh, but then I froze it. And then I left it frozen until we got here, and then we just took it out overnight just to defrost the meat. In here I've got some stuff in. I like to put stuff in, it just gives it that little bit of a spicy taste. We did bring the Aunt Betsy's dumplings, and just a small bit of frozen veg which we had in our ice box. So basically it makes it a quick and easy meal. With the potatoes, I'm sure a lot of people know, you just slice it quite thinly, because funny enough, it's the veg, especially the potatoes, takes the longest to cook. So what these will do is we slice these down as small as we can, like so, and because this takes the longest, and then these just get layered down at the bottom of the crock pot, like so. So there's an order to it. So you put your potatoes in, then you put the veg in, then you put your meat, then we make the stuffing up and put the stuffing, I usually have it in little mini balls, and then add the gravy. So I'll show you that once it's all been prepared. Right, so in the crock pot at the moment we have got the potatoes, the veg, meat, the dumplings, and then we just added water to the stuffing. So you have to allow it time to swell, and the gravy. Now with this sort of recipe with the crock pot, hubby knows that I do like the gravy really thick, so that is as far as we've got, and so we're just going to add all the ingredients now to the crock pot. Right, so I've made little stuffing balls, as you can see in there, so it just gives it that little bit of a kick. And then we may need some more gravy, so we're putting the first lot of gravy in the pot. And we have been having slow cookers now for so many years, right from when we got married. We're on, this is our third one actually. We've got the second one that we've got at home now, and then this smaller one here. So we're going to make some more gravy so that fills it up. So we just want to cover that, and then we can get it put on. Right, so the crock pot is on now. We've got it on low while we're going out, and then we can always turn it back up when we get back. And then I get different ones of these. There's a gingerbread, the ginger cake, that basically you can use them as a pudding or a cake. So we've got fruit cake, and so that can be warmed up, and custard for dessert. So that's what we're going to have for our dessert tonight. Right, these are the boxes that we originally got from the range, because they're quite deep and thin. This is where we put excess items that we don't use so much, and like paper products in there. And because they're thin, once they're in our wardrobe, they go like that on the shelf. So you had to have them quite thin to be able to maneuver them inside. So these actually go alongside each other like that in the wardrobe. And so this has actually worked out really well, and it just empties some of the cupboard space, of items and only have items in the cupboard that are regularly used. As I said, we've just put the jugs, washed the jugs up and put them back in there, and then I can get these back in the wardrobe. Right, so as I said, we've got a shelf here. We keep the food cans and anything that's heavier down the bottom. It is a standing joke, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before, especially my son laughs, that if you can't find anything, it's in the wardrobe, because it is the biggest space. So these just slot in. Say, hubby did a brilliant job of actually measuring that these would fit. So these go alongside each other like so, and they slot in, and then any additional trays I just have at the side here. So anybody knows, whether you've got a small home or a motorhome or a caravan, storage is a premium, and as I say, they both now go in. Now you couldn't have a bigger box than those because you wouldn't be able to manoeuvre it inside. I'm hoping I'm explaining this correct. As I said, it's a standing joke because this is the biggest space, as I say, and deepest to put anything. So yeah, as I said, they laugh at it. It's in the wardrobe. Right, so we're off now to the Phoenix Retail Park. People probably think we do come to the farm quite a lot, and I'll just explain this as well. One reason we do this quite a bit, especially in between, you know, running out actual home and the holidays, it does give us a chance to relax. Now hubby will agree with this. This is why he comes here quite a lot, or likes us to come to the farm. It's close to our lockup, not far from where we actually live as well, but this allows us to relax a bit more. We have a slower pace, and I'm sure a lot of people that do caravan, whether it is full-time, living it in the caravan or motorhome, or whether it's just on holiday, you do things at a slower pace. Oh, we've got some little mini ones. We've got one there.
Yeah, got a pod.
Sorry, and then a tiny one over here.
Pod.
Are they called a pod caravan, are they?
Pod or teardrop.
Right, so yeah, we got, look, got a motorhome here.
He's washing it.
Yeah. Is that the one that's usually down the bottom? Or was that another one?
No, yeah, it's usually down the bottom.
Maybe he's getting ready. It is, next weekend is actually the last weekend here of the season. So going back to what I was saying, yeah, we do it at a slower pace. Yes, hubby, he might say shopping again, but he doesn't mind. Not when we're sort of away and we've got a break and everything like that. And as I said, we would tend to relax. Now, going back to my, not rant, but my little conversation here, what I'm saying is, if we was at home, and hubby will agree with this, we'd be rushing around, we'd be doing this, this and this and this. We would be trying to get all our visiting in, and yes, in between we do that. The only thing is, obviously we have a granddaughter now, but children not allowed on this site, so very often, you know, when we get back on a Sunday from the farm, we try and see our granddaughter if possible. But you agree about that, isn't it? It's a slower pace, even if we may go out briefly on a Saturday shopping, or because they do have a fair decent Asda here and
No
range.
clocks.
And yeah, we don't tend to have alarm clocks because unless it's peak time here, the proprietors here often put a sign, or they say to us on the Friday when we turn up, there's no rush to leave site, because normally on this site you have to be off by 12, but they know what's coming in on the Sunday, so they can tell you, you know, if you need to be off by 12 or can stay on. To my knowledge, we have never been told to be off by 12, have we?
No. I think the latest we actually left the site was about 4 in the afternoon.
Yes, that was when we didn't actually go over in the end, did we?
No.
That was when it was a very dodgy. That was the last time we came. The weather was a little bit dodgy, and also they had their last, if you remember the footage, they had their hog roast and their last, of the season, didn't they? Car rally, is that what we would call it? Where they all gathered together. So I'm going to leave it here. As I said, I may hopefully do some videoing in the stores. We'll see how we go. Right, we're just turning up the Phoenix Retail Park. We are a lot later than what we normally are.
It's busy.
It's busy. As you know, when we've arrived before, it's been quite empty. So, but I'm sure there's still plenty of parking spaces. Are you going to go over the road, are you?
Yeah.
And they are queuing up yet again for McDonald's. So, yeah. What we've decided to do, because I've looked down to see how much I have actually already recorded, and what we're going to do is, I think, is any shopping in the stores or shop with me, I'm going to put in part 2. Because this is going to be too long, and especially with the uploading as well, it sometimes can be quite slow. Not as bad as Dorset. No.
Oh God.
We actually had to go into...
Nothing could be as bad as Dorset.
Half the time we didn't get any signal, so we ended up having to go into one of their little mini towns. I will say mini because obviously it's all scaled down, like Weymouth, or was it Dorchester? Got it right this time.
Dorchester.
And things like that, and even Bournemouth, to be able to upload my videos. So that's what I'm going to do then. I am going to put any shop with me in part 2. Right, this is hubby. We're in the car park, and while I was in Matalan's, this is what he was doing, because I was moaning about the window screen, about the marks when I was videoing. Isn't that right, darling?
If you say so. Just to keep the peace.
So here we're coming back to the farm. I think probably I will do the range and Matalan separate. We didn't go into Astor in the end because we got the Pepsi Max cans from the range, so we left Astor because that was the only reason I was going to go in there. So yeah, hopefully it will stay bright enough. I mean, we do have some grey cloud. Look at that. Look at the difference. I'm just showing the viewers. You've got blue and cloud, and then as you go up, you've got black cloud there. So yeah, say it's such a lovely feeling, especially when the sun's out. As I said, the difference in the cloud, and we're gonna have some lunch now. And
what have we got for lunch then, darling?
right, we've got dirty fries, which you always laughs at, and we have got sausage rolls. And I didn't know about making it into a plan a lot, but it depends on how hungry you are. It's that cloud, look at it, the difference, as I said. And look, doesn't the window look a lot cleaner? I had to laugh at that. Hubby actually cleaning the windows in the car park. And here is our caravan.
Home sweet home.
For the weekend. Again. So for our snack for lunch today, we have got dirty fries and sausage rolls. So these are the wall sausage rolls, and these are the dirty fries. These came with the meal deal with the pizza, but we usually have these separate. And as I said before, they're crispy coated fries, smothered with cheesy smoky bacon sauce, topped with stringy mozzarella and smoked paprika. So that's what we are having for our snack. Right, so here's the slow cooker. Looks like it's bubbling well and it's all cooked.
Dang, go be guinea pig.
Yeah, okay, Dan.